Guys, J Chip here, finally back with another video. Had to take a bit of a leave from everything, but I'm finally back and I'm so excited to be back for you guys so we could get out some more juicy slips from the tools. We did have to recap actually our last video that I posted, which was last Taco Tuesday. We had this Giannis taco over. He just goes over 2.5 points here, so it's like a 3-pointer in a real game, but I don't care as long as that's green. That's all we care about. And then the 2 picks I dished out. Play of the day this time last week, Aaron Wiggins under 8.5 points. He went way under, finished with 5 points, that greened out. And we also had Brandon Cooks in this playoff game here, under 17.5 longest reception. He ended up only catching his longest one for 15. So we get a 6x, that's a plus 5 units on the channel's history since I've been posting these videos for you guys. So we've been on a bit of a heater here. If you do remember, we did also hit our last slip for 3x. So that would be 7 units, just 7 units in the positive just from the last 2 videos if you guys tailed. So we're hoping to keep the good vibes going and moving into another slip here. And look at this, we get another bone from Prizepicks. It's gonna be Maxi, 22.5 points. We could obviously only take his over because it's a taco, but man, they've been really generous lately with the discounts, the tacos, the promos. 7-point discount from his original 29.5 line. So I mean, regardless, even if they're doing a smaller discount, we have to play it just because it's plus EV. We're getting the lowest price or lowest over under price for Maxi on the market, so it's obviously smart to take his over here, and this is what we're gonna roll with. And as always, I have to jump into the Parlayers tools. We have the standard player prop optimizer from Parlayers. Basically just compares the Prizepicks lines back to the sportsbook so we could see where we're getting the best odds for our plays. And also we have other reference books compared to Prizepicks. So we got Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings Pick 6, Better Picks, and this is basically where to see where we're getting the best line. If we're getting plays or lines that are exclusive to Prizepicks, you can just refer back here to these columns if either the Prizepicks line is offered on these other apps or if it's not, and we could basically get more confidence in our play in regards to Prizepicks. So that's the optimizer, very important tool to have. This is the basic one that you should have in your toolkit if you're betting often on Prizepicks. I do advise you get this one, and we're also going to be using the Sharp Money tool. This is personally, I have to consult this tool every time I'm making a slip. It's only normal. And as you see here, layouts are pretty similar. So once you get down the lay of the land of the optimizer, you're going to be able to do the same with the Sharp Money tool. The only difference is this column here, as we don't have those other Underdog Fantasy Pick 6 apps as reference points. Instead, we have the peer-to-peer exchanges where basically sharp bettors, these bettors that are way more experienced and they have the better models than we do, they're basically setting the over-under lines here, and we want to be following their projections, their directions on where they think a player will end up going over or under. And you see here, we see a lot of plus money lines here, and we obviously don't want to be on this plus side because these are the less likely outcomes to hit. Sportsbooks are basically paying you more as incentive to take the play, meaning that they don't believe it's going to be a favored player that does the desired outcome. So we obviously want to be on the minus side. As you see here under our green archer, you want to be on this side. So whenever you're seeing a plus line in this column, we know that the sharp bettors are on the favorite direction on the opposite side. So for this Aaron Gordon play, if his under's a plus 108, we know that his opposite direction, the over, would be a minus line, the favorite, and that coincides with the minus 135 consensus odds here under, again, the green archer. So I broke this down more in another video. Again, tutorials on both of these tools are both up on the channel. So if you guys want to get more accustomed to using the tools and see kind of how I break down the plays when I'm looking at the tools, definitely go check those 2 videos out. But enough yapping, we're going to get straight into this. Maxi first play here, top play on the optimizer board, of course, because I said the discount from 29.5 was huge, and rightfully so should be the top play on the board. And yeah, we could just cruise with other plays here. And I'm just going to refresh the tools just because I've been yapping so much. See if there's anything fresh that pops up on the board. Let me just mod my tools a bit. So here, I'll show you what I'm doing here for the minimum number of bookmakers, because there's a lot of college sports specifically. Not a lot of books support college. So I do like having 2+ bookmakers just in case there's only 1 book. I don't really like going off 1 book to back up one of our picks. I do like at least 2 here. So that's the filter I'm going to use. And I also want to see where the other books are pricing or where the other apps are pricing these Prizepicks lines at. So I'm going to cruise through here and I want to see the Sharp Money tool. There was a play that I liked from before. Beautiful that it's still up, to be honest. So I do have this Jalen Smith playing the Chicago Bulls game, points under 11.5. You see here's a minus 131 consensus favorite. So if I go across the market here, big minus 154 favorite on Pinnacle. He's also offered at 10.5 on multiple books here. Bet online, DraftKings, and Fliff all have him at a point less. So not only are we securing great odds on his under 11.5, but we also know that some books already jumped from 11.5 to 10.5. So we're getting that point discrepancy also. And to top everything off here, the sharp bettors on Novig pricing this line at a plus 120 to his over. If the over is going to be heavy plus line at plus 120, we know that the sharp bettors are telling us that agrees with our consensus, as his under 11.5 here is a favorite at minus 131. And that's going to be enough for us to play. But my strategy is that I like to use the sharp money tool first to kind of get out the super sharp plays. I like to filter out my plays from here first, and then I jump over to the optimizer to see where the other competitors to Prizepicks, DraftKings Pick 6, and Betterpicks both have his line at 10.5. So we are getting that highest line on Prizepicks that we can take value. We could secure value on by taking his under. So Jalen Smith, 11.5 points. I take his under, and there you go. We already have 2 picks locked in, of course, thanks to the tackle play. And you guys know I usually love doing the 3-mans on Prizepicks, so that's probably what I'm going to secure for you guys today. Plus, it gives you guys enough time to lock this in once I upload the video. If I end up doing a 5 or 6 flex, maybe I will sometime in the future, but if I do it for these videos, guaranteed 1 or 2 picks already off the board completely, or they've been bumped. So I want you guys to tail along with me at these specific lines where we're securing the value. I just refreshed and I got this nice Quentin Grimes play, points under 12.5 in the 76ers game. There's a couple of reasons I like this play. First of all, it's a plus 110 over underdog on Prizepicks. So these sharp bettors on Prizepicks are telling us that his under the opposite direction is the favorite outcome. And that's what we see here. Is a 53.32% chance to hit from the sharp money tool. You see here going across the market, he's priced at 11.5 on 3 books here that are shown, and when he is offered at 12.5, again, he's very favored to go under here. Nice minus 140 favorite to go under on Pinnacle. And if I just check his lines on the optimizer, is he offered? Okay, so beautiful. He's offered on Underdog Fantasy. If you want to get this play in on there as well, that would be a great play. And Betterpicks already jumped from 12.5 to, or they went down from 12.5 to 11.5. So they're kind of beating this bump on the market. Prizepicks a bit laggy there. Oh, that's unfortunate. They bumped Jalen Smith. That's really unfortunate. But I do like this grind play under 12.5. There's a couple reasons I like this play. It pairs well with the Maxi play, because if Maxi is scoring a lot of buckets for Philly, Grimes will get less offensive scoring opportunities. That's just how it goes. There's only one basketball to go around. So Maxi goes over, Grimes goes under. It's a really good pair. And all the books are checking out that his under is their very favorite play. Unfortunate on Jalen Smith that he just got bumped down from 10.5. I will have to find the replacement play for you guys so we can get in a clean 3-man. But this is the play I'm going to go with. I had it in an earlier VIP slip. The data was kind of moving on me a bit, but I do like this play now. It's going to be Will Richard in this Golden State Warriors game. Rebounds under 4. It's a minus 101 here. Whenever I see minus line on a push prop, meaning a prop that's ending in 0.0, it's just a whole number like this one, just 4 straight up. Whenever I'm seeing juice here, that means that there's a decent enough chance that this play not only grays out, meaning that it just reverts down to the nearest payout. He finishes with 4 on the nose, but he greens out and he finishes with 3 or less rebounds. And that's what we can see here on multiple books, including FanDuel and Caesars. Both have juice to his under 3.5. So that means he would green out this play when we take it on Prizepicks. Minus 106. So you're paying 6 cents on the dollar. They're charging 6 cents on the dollar for a better to play this line at under 3.5. So the fact that they're charging you more money so that you make a bit less to take this play, meaning that they believe there's a good enough chance he finishes with 3 or less. And I'm really liking that. So I want to see if he's still on the board here at 4 rebounds. He is beautiful. And if I check his alternate lines, I'll do this quickly because I do want to get this video up for you guys. His nearest goblin is a 2.5, so Prizepicks believes that he's favored to go for 3 or more rebounds, but his nearest demon is a 4.5, so Prizepicks is saying that he's favored to go for 4 or less. That leaves our desired range for Will Richards rebounds in that 3 to 4 rebounds range, and that is perfect because we're getting that extra insurance just in case he finishes with 4 rebounds on the nose. So this is going to wrap up our slip here. The Maxi tackle over 22.5 points. We got the Grimes play that pairs super well with this tackle under points. Again, very unlikely that multiple scorers on Philly go over their points line. Again, it could happen, but just by the way the strategy works is that one goes over, one goes under. Same for teammates, both regarding their points line. And the Will Richard play 4 rebounds. He's got multiple books saying that he's slightly juiced to go for 3 or less. So this is going to wrap up our slip. Again, if you're interested in the tools, links to that will also be in the description of this video. I'm limited to $5 on this account, so I have to play 5. You guys are more than welcome to put a bit more down on the slip. Just don't empty out your whole bankroll on one slip. Again, we're focusing on volume here, not just going for a big swing. So be diligent with that as well. Again, massive thank you for myself and the Parlayers team for all the recent support. And that will wrap up this one. I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.